welcome back. I will be reading to you from my Success Binder, where I have already made videos of my goals and the introduction of the course. To recap, the course was an educational course to help you. It's like a workbook where you write down, you read, and then you write down. It begins with the words, where will you be in the next 5 years? So this course, you sit down and you write down your answers. Now I will read to you the title, Paymaster Profit System, The Secrets of Selling the American Dream, by James Ray Phipps, Jimmy Phipps. He was a student of Glenn W. Turner. He lived in Colleyville, Texas. I believe he's in a jail in Georgia right now because he would talk about politics. All right. Now, what he has written, he got it from, he's a carpenter, by the way, but he got it from, he's probably 70 years old now. He's a carpenter. He got this from reading successful books or sales motivational books. All right. So I'll read to you now. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear upon request. The Secrets of Selling the American Dream Through Multi-Level Marketing, segments 1 through 13. Let's see. Like this. Ta-da! Okay. Mr. Phipps, P-H-I-P-P-S, James Ray Phipps. A lifetime of giving, learning, and sharing. Early in the year of 1968, as a young man of 20 years, I was invited to an opportunity meeting for a company called Coscott Cosmetics out of Orlando, Florida. As I approached the building where the meeting was to be held, I noticed many other young men, slightly older, 21, 22, 23, 24, getting out of brand new Lincoln Continentals and Cadillacs. These young men were dressed in expensive bright-colored suits which seemed to glow in the dark. There was a definite difference in the young men's gestures, and there was an air, an aura, seventh sense, a charisma or something about them that said, I am not of this world. As I entered the building, it was like an encounter of the third kind. The room was full of people smiling, singing, clapping hands, standing on chairs, hollering, go, 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 and everything else. I thought I had been shanghaied in a holy roller revival. There were cameramen, floodlights, and all kinds of people. There were black folks, white folks, Mexicans, all in one room, and they seemed to love each other. That is when I said to myself, how can this many people be so happy? Don't these people know we have a war going on? This could be about Vietnam. Race riots, hate, turmoil within our government, and everything else? At the time, I was just like everyone else, working a regular job, earning about $150 per week in a Ford dealership selling parts over the parts counter. My job security was determined by whether my boss, the parts manager, kept his job. Then it was customary for automobile dealerships to replace management as soon as the managers get up to a certain income and build up the business to give the dealership a fat profit. Over the years, I have learned this is a customary practice in other normal jobs as well. During the short time I was in the parts business, I watched 3 of my bosses whom I respected, looked up to, and admired lose their jobs and go through the devastating emotional trauma of starting over. I remember the words of a great man every time I fall down. It's not important to keep score of the times you fall down. Great men are judged by the times they get up. Many times in life we must start over. That's life. It's how you learn to deal with life that makes the difference whether you fail or succeed. Your attitude towards life will eventually determine your altitude. All right, so as this is plenty of reading here. The brand new beginning. That night, I met a simple man named Glenn W. Turner. The rest of the story is history. My life has never been the same. The only comparison to this event is the feeling I got when I became a Christian. Over the years, I have met thousands who had the same encounter and experience with the teachings of a simple, handicapped American with big ideas for a greater world tomorrow. GWT. Glenn W. Turner, Greater World Tomorrow. And his In God We Trust, GWT again. In God We Trust. Concept of solving the human problems of living in a world of poverty, hate, anger, jealousy, greed, corruption, and ignorance. Many things have been said about Glenn W. Turner over the years. Many sleazy politicians have attempted to discredit his work to save America by calling him a con man and a crook. Glenn Turner is a humble man and very gracious and diplomatic. He is a gentleman with uncommon strength to turn the other cheek when wicked, corrupt politicians tried mercilessly to stomp on his dreams in the 1960s and 1970s. His favorite saying was, "When you throw dirt, you lose ground." Unfortunately, this can also be true when you simply fail to stand up and take action when dirt is thrown in your face. This course is dedicated to the man who changed my life. It is my interpretation of the simple words of wisdom and common sense approach to life that enabled me to live a full, happy, satisfying lifestyle for over 20 years. I too believe in being diplomatic when possible, but I am from Texas, and it is very hard for me to ignore the actions of a bully who invades and abuses the rights of other people. There are many arrogant bullies in this country who have made their mark in history by stepping on people's dreams and causing discord in life. It would be nice if average men could live their lives in peace and harmony, free from the terroristic actions of these bullies. Unfortunately, this will never be possible until good men and women in this country decide to stand up and take control of their own mind, to read inspirational materials such as the Bible and other positive attitude books, to listen to audio tapes which inspire a person to become involved in life, to reach for the stars, and dare to be great. Some will read the words within this course as many did with Glenn Turner's courses and get absolutely nothing from the message. Arrogant, pompous, political bullies, I'll change the word to bullies, may read this material and become offended by it. They will in turn claim this material has no legitimate market value because they disagree with my opinions on the subject of this course. I will not waste my time arguing with mindless and arrogant bullies who choose to throw dirt at me. It is my desire to do good in the world in which I live. I will not apologize for being successful at my chosen profession, and I will not conform to the standards set by non-productive, overpaid bullies in politics, the bad ones, who feel they have the right to control the thoughts of every citizen in this country. The only place, this is quote, the only place these men are legends is in their own minds. I do not mind being judged by those who know me and those who have diligently listened to my tapes and read my material. I resent being judged or criticized by those who are mindless bullies wandering around in a life of quiet desperation and sheer boredom. Others will pick up the sincerity in the words and apply them to their life, and their life will be blessed as mine was. For instance, the first lesson here, segment number 1, is attitude. You must have a positive attitude in order to be successful. That's what this book is talking about. Now, this is his letter introducing the course and how he got involved when he was 20 years old. I met Mr. Phipps when he was in his 45, 50 years old. I also met Mr. Glenn W. Turner when he got out of jail. Again, everything is flip a coin. What do you believe? The book that I read by Mr. Glenn W. Turner, it was Con Man or a Saint. To me, he was a saint. But to other people, he was a con man. It depends what you believe. All right? Closer to a saint is what I meant to say. All right. Others will pick up on the sincerity in the words and apply them to their life, and their life will be blessed as mine was. Before anyone can radiate in life, they must be turned into life. Thank God I met Glenn W. Turner when I did. All we can hope for in life is to meet someone who will give us a chance to glow. I feel that America needs my simple course, and I will be selling my material until the day I die. I don't give a blank if it hair lips every attorney general in the USA. Let me make myself perfectly clear on this subject once and for all, as I do not like to waste my time dealing with negative stuff. This course is designed for everyone. Its content is simple and profound. It is not designed to bore a person to death or to be a technical journal of hypothetical ideas that would give a PhD a headache. The text is written in Texas English. It is short, sweet, and gets directly to the point. You may question my opinions, as you have a right to your own opinions, but please do not question my integrity based on what you may have heard from some bully or what you may have read in a newspaper article written by a bully who does not know me or anything about this program. There are a lot of liars in this world, and I could be the biggest liar you have ever met. Read what is in my heart within this course before you judge me. I do not wish to harm anyone or take any advantage of any person financially. There will be those who try to compare what I'm doing with what my friend Glenn W. Turner did in the 1960s and 1970s. I, for one, will not take that in a negative context, and I pray I will be respected and loved by those who profit from my material, as I know thousands of people all over America profited from the teachings of Glenn W. Turner. I will be the first to admit that the lessons learned in my cost cut and Dare to Be Great days were very expensive, $4,500 to $5,000. To a lot of folks is a life savings. At age 20, I had to borrow the money I spent on my courses, and there were times I went without food and neglected my house payments and car payments. Yes, I too have been broke financially and bent emotionally by personal failures and tragedies over the years. But I have never lost faith and have enjoyed a wonderful life because of what I did, because of what I learned. Mr. Phipps went through a divorce, so that is difficult for some people. Let's see. I'm different than most people, but divorce could be very difficult for some people. You see, I see people like the clouds. We come together, and then some clouds separate. Eventually, they all separate with death. But while I'm here, I'm supposed to help you. All right. Many people in America today have college educations which cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of their lives. Education costs money and time. Many sacrifices must be made in life to achieve success. You do not simply wake up one day and say, I am successful. Success comes from gaining knowledge, using knowledge, and applying knowledge. Many college-educated people are starving to death waiting for a job opportunity to come along so they can begin to use their knowledge and regain some of their losses from being unemployed. A man or woman is nothing in life without a mission or cause outside their own existence. It is my desire to help people find their cause or mission and enjoy bountiful blessings in life. If you are willing to pay the price for success, you too can have a brand new beginning. God bless you. Jimmy Phipps. All right, let's see. In bold letters, let us help you find your pot of gold. I pray I will be respected and loved by those who profit from my material, as I know thousands of people all over America profited from the teachings of Glenn W. Turner. All right, this is cute. So I just started my lawnmower business, and I am facing a problem as usual. The lawnmower won't start. But I see the lawnmower as a chicken that laid the golden eggs, a hen that laid the golden eggs. The little lawnmower produces income. With that income, I buy a second lawnmower and get my son to start helping me cut some grass. With some more income, we get a third one for your mother, right, son? She's the driver. She takes us all over the place. It's a very important skill. God bless you and those that surround you. Now, in the next video, I will start by reading Paymaster Profit System, segment number 1, Attitude. All right? You must have the correct, positive attitude in order to be successful. I started the lawnmower business by cutting grass for my neighbors. I just started cutting them. I didn't tell them. I didn't charge them. One neighbor gave a pineapple to my wife, and my wife now likes my neighbor. So my wife is helping me help other people. Go do the same. Go do a good deed. Go read to a child. Go listen to an old person talking. Go visit somebody. Go learn carpentry and teach someone. It's a very special skill. And what I will do with this course is I will offer it for sale, and I will give it for free. And these videos are just so that I can remember what it said. Because my new friend, he found this book, this binder, and he loved it. So I will give it to him. So I'll just read it. Then some people say you plagiarize, but we're all repeating someone's story. We're repeating what Jesus said, love one another. So if you love one another, you will teach your children to earn money by cutting grass or being carpenters. You will teach them to be mechanics. And then that mechanic will grow, will have children and provide very well for his children. I met a mechanic when I was 16 years old. He owned a mechanic school. I went to that school for a few Saturdays. And he also, before that, used to be a radio man. He used to just talk on the radio as an announcer. Before that, he was a boxer. After boxing, he got into bullfighting or being the toreador. He was my friend's dad. And my friend's mom was a carpenter. She installed her own kitchen cabinets. My friend, he painted his own car. These are very beautiful skills to have. Then he went into electronics because he said that the tools for electronics were carried in a suitcase, whereas the tools for a mechanic required a garage. God bless you, my friends. Go learn something and teach it to someone else.